Good day, Dr. Izzati and fellow friends. We are from Group Pandora. I am Nur Afifa, the group leader, followed by my other group members, which are Vanessa Clara as the assistant, Sarah Irdina, Phoebe Lim, Siti Nomaisara, and Sohana Afifa. So today we will be presenting our research and writing on economic sustainability from Islam and Christianity standpoint. So we will explore how these two major world religions view and prioritize economic sustainability. So what is economic sustainability or sustainable economy? So a sustainable economy ensures present needs are met without compromising future generation. It balances economic growth with social well-being and environmental stewardship. According to Paul et al., a sustainable economy refers to an economic structure that seeks to satisfy current needs while safeguarding the capacity of future generations to meet their own needs. Okay, so in this writing or in this presentation, based on our writing, we will provide you insight on how sustainable economy is viewed by Islam and Christianity standpoint. Okay, so in Islam, sustainable means ethical resource management, social justice, environmental care, aligning with the Islamic finance principle that emphasize on fairness and equity. Okay, so it emphasizes ethical business, wealth distribution, economic justice, and contributing to the sustainable development. Similarly, Christianity underscores stewardship, compassion, generosity, responsible resource use, which encouraging believers to use resource for common goals. So it values ethical wealth management, generosity, and social responsibility, promoting economic sustainability and social well-being. Okay, so the key similarity between Islam and Christianity regarding sustainable economies is their shared emphasis on ethical management, wealth distribution, social responsibility, environmental stewardship, and the promotion of fairness and justice in the economic activities. Okay, so in this presentation, we have explored how Islam and Christianity prioritize economic sustainability. So now, by understanding these principles, we will eventually learn on how religious principles contribute to the economic well-being.
Assalamualaikum and greetings to Doctor. I am Sarah Irdina, and today I would like to shed some light on economic sustainability through the eyes of Islam. First off, Islamic view on economy is all about benefiting the people without caring about wealth or profit returns. Economy in Islam covers every aspect such as promoting unity, fair distribution of wealth, social justice, providing basic needs, and others. It is further emphasized through these three main instruments, as you can see here, which are sadaqah, zakat, and waqaf. Sadaqah is about voluntary donation that is made through money or basic needs regardless of the amount. Zakat is an obligated payment that must be made by all Muslims after they have achieved a certain threshold. Meaning here, the amount they need to pay vary according to their income. Meanwhile, Waqaf refers to an endowment, usually in the form of land or property that later be converted as Waqaf assets. These assets can only be used for a purpose and cannot, under any circumstances, to be sold. Now, how does these three Islamic instruments plays a big role towards a sustainable economy? As I mentioned earlier, Islamic review revolves around benefiting the people, contributing to the people, and as well as giving benefit to them. By using these instruments, it creates a steady flow of financial aid that will help people in each of their own economies. For example, Palestine is well known as a country that is in constant turmoil. A lot of money that is made through sadaqah, zakat, and even waqaf helps in the betterment of their country, such as building hospitals and institutions, providing medical needs, and many more. These consequently produce numerous job opportunities and slowly improving their economy growth. Other example that can be seen is when zakat helps to balance the rich and the poor through fair distributions of wealth. This will also increase the purchasing power of the poor that later on allowing themselves to build their own economy and alleviating poverty. To sum up, all these instruments are proven to be a constructive method towards economic sustainability as aligned with the SDG goals such as no poverty, infrastructure, no hunger, and many more. The Islamic economy on sustainability also demonstrates conclusively the definition of economic sustainability itself, which is to create a positive long-term economic development without ruining the social, environmental, and cultural factors of a community. Next, I will pass to the next presenter to present. Thank you.
Okay, now we will delve into the concept of riba or avoidance of riba, which is the next topic under Islamic perspective on sustaining the economy. So we will look into three parts. What is riba? How avoidance of riba help to sustain the economy, and how avoidance of riba aligns with SDGs. Okay, so first of all, what is riba? Riba in Islamic finance refers to usury or interest. So as quoted by Adigun 2022, in Islam, riba refers to the act of charging or receiving interest on loans, and it is specifically forbidden. Okay, so it's considered against the principle of Sharia, the legal framework of Islam, as it involves one party gaining at the expense of another through the interest charges. So it contradicts with the core tenets of fairness, equity, and ethical financial dealings in Islam. Okay, so next one, how avoidance of riba help to sustain the economy. Okay, so here's how. Okay, riba-free financing promotes investment in real assets and productive economic activities. Okay, so this is vital for the economy sustainability as it stimulates more job creation, economic growth, and also the development of tangible assets. Okay, so by channeling funds into these areas, economics can become more resilient and self-sustaining. Okay, investment in real assets often translates into job opportunities. When resources are allocated towards businesses that create tangible products or services, more employment opportunities are generated. So hence, in other way, it also contributes to the reducing the unemployment rates and improving overall economic well-being. Okay, next, within riba-free financing, okay, risk-free agreement such as mudarabah and musyarakah play a vital role. Okay, these agreements encourage accountability and prudent risk management. So in mudarabah, one party put the capital while the others offer effort or expertise in the field that they are doing. Okay, the profit and losses are shared according to the agreed upon ratios. Okay, while in musyarakah, multiple parties jointly invest into the capital and labor. Okay, hence they are sharing both risk and rewards gained from their business. Okay, and this risk sharing agreement promote fairness and transparency in financial transactions, reducing the likelihood of reckless financial behavior that can lead to the economic crisis. They align with the principle of ethical finance and contribute to the sustainability of economic system. Okay, last one is how avoidance of riba is closely linked to the SDG. The SDGs involve are SDG 1, no poverty, SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, and SDG 10, reduce inequalities. So how avoidance of riba refers to or related to SDG 1, no poverty. So if riba is not paid, then the obligation to bear the interest disappears, thus this reducing the likelihood of poverty. Next one, SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. Okay, so riba-free financing encourages investment in the real economy activities, right? So it aligns with the SDG 8's objective, which is promoting sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economy, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Okay, last one, SDG 10, reduce inequalities. So interest-free financing or riba-free financing promotes fairness in transaction and reduce inequalities by redistributing wealth and encouraging ethical business practice, risk sharing, and community welfare. Okay, so in conclusion, riba is viewed negatively and is contrary to its principle in Islam. Okay, so by avoiding riba, it's not only a religious mandate but also a key driver of economic sustainability. It encourages real assets investment, job creation, and aligns with the SDG aimed at reducing poverty. Okay, now I will, and also reducing inequality. Sorry. Okay, so now I will pass the next presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hello, doctor. I'm Phoebe, and I would like to introduce you about the debt in the view of Christianity. So, how does Christians view debt? In the Bible, debt is not considered as a sin. However, it's regarding the behavior and responsibility in borrow and lending money. Let's take a look at the principle of borrow and lend. In the Bible, in Exodus chapter 22, verse 14, stated that if anything is borrowed, it should be paid back. If what is borrowed is lost or injured, full restitution must be made. We can clearly see that the Bible has said every penny should be paid. Unfortunately, there are some individuals have failed in meeting their obligations as a borrowers because they said that God says we should give grace and mercy for those who cannot repay the debt. But as a borrower, we should remember that our responsibility in consider our ability first before we borrow from the others, or else this is considered as greed. It is also stated in the book Psalm chapter 37 verse 21 that the wicked borrow but do not pay back, but the righteous is generous and gives. According to the Bible, lending cannot charge any interest on the brothers and sisters. We can see that this concept is totally different from the worldly economic system because we know that in this worldly economic system, lending is an opportunity to earn profits, while it is totally opposed from what does the Bible says. In Bibles, when we charge interest to our brothers and sisters, it is considered as greed. Okay, next, let's look at the economic justice in the view of Christianity. Christianity also emphasizes on the pursuit of justice. Let's take a look on what Andrew Hartrop, an economist and theologian, writes about economic justice. So in his book, God's Goods Economy and doing economic justice in today's economy has stated that we have to include our economic and business life in the central of God. This means that we have to let God justice rule all over economic relationships. For example, like treating people rightly, or constant seeking of justice for especially the poor and needy, working so that all participates and that all participate in God's blessing, including material blessing. We can also see the example of the disciple of Jesus when they are doing justice in and through the secular institutions. So we can see that the Bible has given us different examples in giving fair and equal treatment in distributing the sources and also in treating people. Hence, it can be one of the initiatives to support SDG Goal 16, which promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi Doctor, I'm Vanessa Clara. I will proceed with the Christianity point of view of sustainable economy. So from Christian point of view, sustainability is everyone's responsibility to maintain. And Sinder 2019 opposed the idea that economic prosperity is objectively good. Instead, Christian ethics are theocentric, assuming that God and the relationship with the divine is objectively good. And material prosperity is seen to interfere with this relationship. Next, Christian economics originated in references made by Jesus, Paul, and Peter to oikonomia. Okay, in fact, the funding and owning of bill structures transformed Christianity from a private collection to a corporate institution. And some scripture from the Bible, such as Proverbs 19:17 and Deuteronomy 15:10, are an urge for us to donate to the needs and poor. If we are to practice this in life, we can actually achieve the first goal in SDG, which is end poverty. Okay, next. During Mass prayer, usually every Sunday morning of every week, there will be collection in which everyone attending the church can donate any money that they are willing to give. And the funds later will be used for maintenance costs, church programs, and helping the unprivileged through Christian humanitarian aid. And there are traditional missionary work like Christians NGOs, World Vision, Compassion International, and the Salvation Army play a role in helping disaster relief and economic rehabilitation around the globe. And this book entitled Economics in Christian Perspective, Theory, Policy, and Life Choices. The Lee 2008 reviewed the books and stated the writer's opinion that Christian economists believe that God is the ultimate source of virtue, meanings, and happiness. And in Biblical Economic Policy, Sheng Lee's 2021 quoted the writer's statement that Christian economics is about making biblical choices among the many opportunities represented to us. That's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Explain on the discussion part. As we have seen from the Islamic perspective and Christianity perspective, these two religions actually share a common goal, which is to help those who are in need. As we all know, in the Islamic perspective, there is the act of sadaqah, which is to help others by us donating or giving anything or something from the good intention of our heart for free. And in Christianity, there is the act of charity and donation, which actually shares the same method and purpose as sadaqah. And to those who commit these generous acts, they will actually be rewarded by their religion. In Islam, there is the reward of pahala, and in Christianity, there is the reward of good deed or committing a good act. And from getting this reward, it actually encourages them to do it again and help spreading to others to do it with them, because the more people committing this act, the more people that will be helped by the items that they have been donating. And the people that they are helping are actually people who are in desperate situations or in poor life conditions to gain these items, especially the essential items such as money, clothing, and food. And the purpose of the religion giving rewards to those who commit this good act can actually help to spread the image of their religion as a good and caring religion for their followers. And the more people committing this good act, the more people that will help. And actually, it's a win-win situation, isn't it? Because the people that commit these generous acts will get pahala and the committing of good act, and those who are in desperate situations or poor life conditions will benefit from the items that have been donated to them. And if more people help in committing this good deed, more people will be helped
to be lessened of their burden to live. As you all know, it is not easy living in the society these days, as we have to deal with inflation, the increasing price to live, the living costs, because I think this is due to the capitalism. But if we help each other out, we can actually improve the financial situation, financial status of the society, as we are helping lessening the burden of people to buy items and to buy things. If more people are being helped, then there is no need for items to be increased the price of their price, because that is actually capitalism in works. Because as you all know, more people demanding it, then it means more people to take advantage of this situation by increasing the price of items. So if we help lessen the demand of these items, we can lessen the price for the items that are being demanded. So what is stopping us from committing these good acts? I think maybe it's because all of us are experiencing the desperation of living right now. As we all know, the inflation this day is no joke. So I hope that more people commit these generous acts, as it can give a very, very positive impact to the society financially. And if all of us work together to overcome this problem, then I think we can have a chance to feel a better side of life. And not just us, I think everyone, because I think everyone deserves to enjoy the better side of life, and not just desperately working in order to just live. So from the two religions encouraging their followers to commit these good acts is actually really, really thoughtful and caring of them, because they are actually being attentive to all of its followers from different backgrounds, different histories, different ways of life. Because in every religion, they must act as one, and by being caring of each other, they can actually help each other to lessen the burden of living and maybe the problems in life. So Islam and Christianity share the same goal, which is to help those who are in need with the act of generous acts. And from committing these generous acts, they can help lots of people from being in poverty and in poor life conditions. And mainly, if they all do this together, then maybe we can have a better life in society. That's all for me.
Now we have come to the end of this presentation. In conclusion, the perspectives of two religions, which are Islam and Christian, are focusing towards the betterment of humans' lifestyle and well-being. This is because both religion, Islam and Christianity, emphasize on supporting the living of one's community, as well as avoiding any acts of unjust and exploitativeness. For example, Islam teaches its followers to do volunteer donation, especially to those in need, or we can call it sadaqah. In addition, Islam also teaches its followers to perform zakat for those who are wealthy enough. So in other words, Islam perspective covers the use and importance of sadaqah, zakat and wakaf, as well as the need to avoid the act of riba, such as adding interest when lending any type of property like money. On the other hand, Christianity perspective covers the need to help the poor as well as the pursuit of justice, where it emphasizes on putting others before themselves. So through the main points and the discussion mentioned earlier, both Islam and Christianity can be seen to focus on the SDG1 and SDG10, which are inequality reduction as well as poverty eradication in terms of sustaining the economy. With that being said, that is the end of our presentation. That is all from us. Thank you.